Welcome to another edition of Take 5, and I must say, if this is the first time you've seen this program, you really need to watch the last program to understand what we're talking about, because we're in the middle of a passage here. We're in John chapter 4, verse 16. Jesus said to her, "Go call your husband and come here." The woman answered him, "I have no husband." Jesus said to her, "You are right in saying, 'I have no husband,' for you have had 5 husbands, and the one you now have is not your husband. What you have said is true." You know, Jesus calls the woman out on something here. She'd been married 5 times, and now she's living with a guy. And we don't know all the situations, but probably there were several divorces there. One of them may have died, or 2 of them maybe even. We just don't know, but whatever's happened has gotten her to the point where she's given up on marriage and she's just willing to live with a guy. And you know, when you've been through divorce, especially if you've been through more than one, you're probably feeling kind of low about yourself, and you're low on relationships in general. And certainly other people all have their 2 cents to chime in. And I believe this is why Jesus sent the disciples into town to buy food, because he wanted to have a personal encounter with this woman. This woman who really was hurting. But Jesus had something for her. Verse 19, the woman said to him, "Sir, I perceive that you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, but you say that in Jerusalem is the place where people ought to worship." Jesus said to her, "Woman, believe me, the hour is coming when neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem will you worship the Father. You worship what you do not know. We worship what we know, for salvation is from the Jews. But the hour is coming and is now here when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For the Father is seeking such people to worship him. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth." The woman said to him, "I know that Messiah is coming, he who is called Christ. When he comes, he will tell us all things." Jesus said to her, "I who speak to you am he." Now the woman, after Jesus points out the fact that she's got 5 husbands and she's with a guy that's not, the woman knows that Jesus is something special. She knows he's from God. So she moves her attention toward matters of God, spiritual matters, because that's what her heart is craving, and Jesus knew that. See? That's what every heart, every soul is craving, is that real relationship with God. So she's trying to find out about it. She's a seeker. She doesn't have all the answers, and she knows that. But here's what she does know. She knows that a Messiah is coming. She still believes in the Messiah that's coming to rescue her and rescue all of them and deliver them and to explain things to them. And you know what? Jesus tells her that he's it. Now the disciples come back. Verse 27, just then the disciples came back. They marveled that he was talking with a woman, but no one said, "What do you seek?" or "Why are you talking with her?" So the woman left her water jar and went away into town and said to the people, "Come see a man who told me all that I ever did. Can this be the Christ?" They went out of the town and were coming to him. Now this woman was very persuasive. But notice what she said. He said, "He told me all that I ever did," which tells me there's a lot more to that conversation than what we read. Jesus had a very lengthy conversation with her. Jesus told her all that she ever did. You know why he knew all that she ever did? Jesus was watching her. You know, Jesus has been watching you every moment of your life. Do not think for one moment Jesus has taken his eye off you. He's seen the divorces. He's seen the broken relationships. He's seen those folks who've betrayed you, who've hurt you. He's seen your sin. Yes, he's seen you mess up. He's seen you fall down and get back up. He's seen everything. And he cares. And he wants to offer you eternal life. Jesus had been watching this woman from the time she was a little girl. And he loved her. He loved her as a little girl, and he loved her every time she was hurt, whether by her own fault or somebody else's. Whether it caused all those divorces, all those broken marriages, and caused her to be so jaded even on relationships, she was now willing to just live with somebody. He saw it all. And that's why he made a special appointment to see this one. He made a point to go through Samaria. He made a point to be at Jacob's well. And he watched Jacob too. He knew all about Jacob. He's the God of the universe. He's the creator of everything. And he's been watching you. I think that gives me a lot of comfort. And this woman was so convincing that everybody in the town was coming out to her. And we're going to continue in this, but you got to come back next time. This is not, it's one of my favorite passages in the entire Bible. Come back next time for the next edition of Take 5.